Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. One of our top stories on this Friday, police raid 3 local massage salons, all of them in Van Buren and Alma. Yesterday, 5 News reporter Rachel Williams was there and has the latest as this investigation unfolds.
Now, the 3 different massage parlors are named L&L Asian Massage and JM Reflexology located in Van Buren, and then JM Foot Spa in Alma. This investigation all started 3 months ago after citizens expressed concerns. This investigation involved undercover officers who say they were approached for sexual favors in exchange for money. Crawford County Sheriff Daniel Perry says they're investigating to see if all the parlors are connected.
We got several complaints from citizens in Crawford County at all the locations about a lot of traffic going in and out, a lot of men going in and out, and just really odd circumstances going on. So we started investigation on it.
Video surveillance was seized from the businesses to use as possible evidence. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office does not have the names of the 3 suspects, but this is still an ongoing investigation. But for now, I'm in Crawford County, covering news where you live. Rachel Williams, 5 News.
All right, thanks, Rachel. We'll continue to follow this investigation. Now, before we get to other news of the day, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Zach, it's a Friday, maybe one of the nicer days, but chance of rain this evening.
Yeah, rain chances coming back in. We saw rain really Monday night into Tuesday, and then even into Tuesday night. More focused across our southern zones, and we got into Wednesday. We saw some scattered showers. Thursday, most of the activity was near and north of the River Valley. Northwest Arkansas was back into it. We're going to see rain chances increasing again for all of us, but especially the River Valley back into the Ouachitas as we go Friday evening into Friday night. So again, we've had off and on rain chances around the entire area since Monday night. They continue, but after tomorrow morning, we're looking much drier for several days with lots of sunshine mixing in through the better part of next week. All right, we've got mostly cloudy skies today. We may try to mix in a little bit more sunshine in our southern half as we get into the afternoon hours. We can't roll out a stray shower this afternoon. Rain chances do pick up for us, though, as we go evening, overnight. Likelihood of scattered showers and downpours across the area, especially the River Valley South, 40s and 50s. Could get some rumbles of thunder, some gusty winds, maybe a pocket of small hail or 2. Best chances for that, LaFleur, Scott County. We'll watch that for you. Future Check Radar doing a great job here this morning showing us exactly how we're setting up. We've got patchy morning fog around the area. That makes us out by mid-late morning. Sprinkle this afternoon. And then here we go. As we go into the evening, that's when we start to see those chances for scattered showers coming in. So a lot of the activity back to the west and southwest of us. We're going to see those scattered showers, especially River Valley South, as we go overnight into tomorrow morning. We'll see some showers in northwest Arkansas, but it's going to start to wrap up northwest to southeast through the morning. By the time we get into the afternoon, Joe, we should see drier conditions. We're even going to get some afternoon sunshine, at least for northwest Arkansas. Clouds may hang in a little tougher there in the River Valley. We'll watch it for you, but we're looking for sunshine widespread by Sunday.
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, it is another Friday in the books, which brings us to the latest episode of Around the Corner, and maybe time to start planting that spring garden. Your 5 News morning team shopped, planted, and checked in with an expert to share these tips with you.
Well, spring is officially here and it's time to get out in the garden. So in this week's episode of Around the Corner, we're giving you the tips and tricks.
That's right, we're gonna plant our own garden. We're here at Chicken Holler in Farmington. We got the list of everything we need, squash to jalapenos. Good?
Yes, looks good. I'm hungry. Let's get to shopping.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So before we head to the register, we gotta make sure we have everything. Squash.
Squash check.
Got it.
Zucchini.
Got it.
Tomatoes big.
Got them.
Big.
And then cantaloupe
Zucchini.
is what he got. I got some eggplant. What'd you get?
Brussels sprouts.
Okay, we're gonna try those out and see if they work.
Can I get those sauteed? You guys know what the dirt load dock is?
Okay, we just got back from the garden center. I think we have everything we need. We have Colin here with us. He's going to show us what we need to do.
Now, one of his jobs is to teach master gardeners. We were hoping we could become that today, but apparently it's pretty involved.
Yeah, glove check. We're ready.
If we only had one of these, space becomes really important. we're going to give it at least, 3 feet of space. With tomatoes, we can actually bury these a little bit deeper than a lot of other plants. What you have here, there's several plants in the same family. You've got tomatoes, you have peppers, and you have eggplant. They really aren't going to be doing anything in the ground unless the soil temperature is above 65 degrees.
So we just finished up with the soil scientist, and he taught us quite a few useful tips.
That's right. Some easy tips that even you can do at home. We've got our work cut out for us. We have all of this to do. We may not succeed completely, but we're certainly going to try, right?
We'll do our best.
I want to be a soil scientist.
You're a meteorologist.
Weather's not enough.
All right, we'll see you next week on Around the Corner. Let's get to digging. Now, can I just put this like this? No. No. Colin!
And in other news, leaders in Bentonville broke ground on a new expansion project at the library. They're adding an entire new section as well as renovating existing facilities. It'll make room for new books and meeting spaces. Library staff also say with all the growth in the city, it was time to start expanding.
We've definitely talked with our community to determine what we need in our expansion, and we're planning an enlarged children's department, a reimagined teen zone. We're redesigning and making a larger Walmart Foundation community room for events, as well as a maker space, which is kind of like an activity room where people can learn and do things by hand.
Well, this will be a 22,000 square foot expansion with a digital lab and book club lounge. The budget for the project right now sits at over $16 million. Library staff say more fundraising efforts are also underway. And looking ahead, on Saturday, Turpentine Creek will celebrate its 31st anniversary, along with the passing of the Big Cat and Public Safety Act, with its Feasts with the Beast event in Eureka Springs. Carol Baskin and her husband Howard Baskin will be guest speakers. Of course, Carol is famous for her rivalry with Tiger King star Joe Exotic. Tickets to this event, though, are already sold out. And a bill signed into law by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders will allow the use of speed cameras in interstate work zones in Arkansas. The move comes from as work zone crashes are on the rise across the country. Dave Parker with RDOT says 2 workers died within the past few years because of distracted drivers. Under this new law, cameras with radar technology can take a picture of speeding vehicles as they enter an active interstate work zone. Now, these pictures are sent to state troopers waiting just a mile or 2 ahead, who will pull over drivers and issue warnings or tickets as needed. But Parker tells us here at 5 News the goal isn't to issue tickets.
In these construction zones, for your safety as the driver as well as those working, we got to slow down. We got to lessen the distractions and just take it a little easier.
Now, troopers are set to start using these speed cameras come August. RDOT says photos that aren't manually saved and paired with warnings or tickets will be automatically deleted when troopers aren't monitoring those work zones. Well, now to some local stories you may have missed this week. Drivers stuck without their vehicles after Fayetteville Sam Club had the wrong fuel put in the wrong tank. Now the company is asking those drivers to file a claim in hopes of getting their vehicles fixed. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza spoke to one of the club members earlier this week. Take a look.
I don't even know if I'll go back to Sam's Club to get gas at this point.
On Friday night, Brock Bowen says he went to the Sam's Club in Fayetteville to fill his Jeep's gas tank.
I got out the next morning. It wouldn't go anywhere. It would just start up, die. A lot of white smoke blowing out the back of it. I had to get it towed to a shop. They gave me a sample, which was diesel running through my unleaded tank.
Bowen says his 2010 Grand Cherokee is now a mechanical repo, owing $6,000 over 1 year. Working 7 days a week, making $200 a day, Bowen says he immediately bought a truck.
They got me into a truck. I filled that truck up Sunday at Sam's Club again. Now it's at the shop, doing the same stuff.
I hate to say it, we see it probably every 6-8 months.
As 5 News followed Bowen's truck to wrenches and whips, owner and mechanic Chris Wages confirmed.
Wow. Yeah, it's diesel. The minute you notice the check engine's light start flashing and the car's not running like it's supposed to, if you suspect that you got diesel in it, is get it towed to a mechanic. The earlier you catch it, it's somewhat fairly simple to remedy the situation. The longer you continue to drive it like that, the more damage you can do. You could be up 5,000 to 7,000 easy. Wow. A repair like this one, probably to drop the fuel system down and clean it out, you catch it early enough, probably 1,000.
A difficult situation for many like Bowen.
I've tried renting a vehicle up here so I could work at least, and every single place is rented out. My rent's due this week, and at this rate, I don't even know if I'll make that money this week. So it's been rough the last few days. It's really stressful.
Bowen estimates he's lost $2,000 between the down payment of his truck and the days lost working. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
Well, the company is asking drivers to file a claim with them. You can find that information by searching this story on 5newsonline.com. And April is Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month, and our local children's advocacy centers are using it as a time to bring awareness to the important work they do all year long. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker has the story.
You've probably seen pinwheels like these across our area, representing that April is Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. Pinwheels signify the innocence of childhood.
We want to paint that picture of just innocence and purity and what a childhood should look like. And so each of those pinwheels represent a child that has been brave and courageous enough to tell their story.
Natalie Tibbs is the executive director of the Children's Advocacy Center of Benton County. She says so far this year they've helped more than 300 children and families, but since it started in 2000, 13,000 children have walked through their doors.
CAC brings advocates, forensic interviewers, counseling sessions, as well as medical examinations just on one location. So a child can go here, receive all of the services that they need to talk about what happened, but also to receive healing.
Emily Rapay Fisher is the development director of the Children's Safety Center of Washington County. In 2022, they saw 842 kids, which was a 33% increase from 2021.
It's happening more frequently, but also a lot of kids are telling. And I think a lot of that has to do with the awareness campaigns that we do as a center.
Another part of what they do is go into schools and educate teachers, counselors, and kids about child abuse. Each handprint on the wall of the center represents a child who has come to their center.
We have thousands all over our walls, but they're that beacon of hope to the kids that come here when they realize that they're not alone in this process. They see the handprints and realize this does happen to other kids too, just like them, and they can get on that path to healing just like them.
The Children's Safety Center has been inside the Center for Nonprofits in Springdale for 26 years. But come September, they will be moving into a brand new building with 3 times the space on Jean George Boulevard. Covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Have a great weekend.